Okay, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Aquarian here. Tonight, thank you to be with you. And when I was starting with those that are here, and for those that, and finish with those that are coming. Yes. How are you? Are you okay? What was the day like for you today? The day should be good. He said, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercies endureth forever. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord and give praises unto him. So today, God's mercies endureth forever for you. It is a good thing that we can be able to be standing on top of our graves. And because of such, we need to give God the glory, the praise, and the honor. Regardless of what, regardless of who, regardless of anything, any impediment, we give God thanks. We lift him up and we honor him. And with that, how did you treat yourself today? I hope you have given yourself a treat. Did you hug yourself today? Did you say, self, I love you? Greatest love you can give is one that you give to yourself. So say, self, I love you. I appreciate you. So tonight, I give thanks to the Lord. And I thank you all for joining me. For those that are coming, for those that are here, for those that are coming, and still coming. Many may not really tune in, but they listen. And the count on my thing told me that people listen, and people will listen to the live. But we are growing. We are like a little babe chick growing timely. And I give thanks to all those that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I welcome you. And we will be able to rub together in our thoughts, in our mind, and in whatever we delivered. So, I thank you. And keep subscribing. There are others more to subscribe. As you know, we have a number to reach. So, please subscribe, like, and share. If there's anyone that having birthdays, we wish you long life, wish you health, strength, as you embark upon your journey and continue journeying. For those that are mourning, do not be ashamed to mourn. Shout it out. Because when we lost our loved ones, our friends, it is a scar that will never heal. There's always something, be it bad or good, that they have done throughout their life that always remind us of that person. So, breathe, breathe. That's the only release you can get for now. But the Lord will always make a way for you. He will send you comfort. He will send you friends. He will always have somebody around you. So, take comfort in the word of the Lord, because you cannot look for comfort anywhere else. And when He comforts you, He will comfort you with everything. So, we mourn with you, and condolence to those that lost some loved one, some friend, someone who they know. Yes. We have seen so many accidents around, so many lives has been snuffed out, but we still lift and lean upon the unchanging and on the unconditional love that the Lord has given us. Okay. Tonight, as you saw, my topic is the history, the story, and the journey. There is always a story that accompanies the journey, and there's always the glory after the story. So, I'm going to take you on give you a story and take you on the journey so far. I'm still waiting to see if I see one or two more persons join the live. Okay, I'm just trying to get something here. Okay, as Many persons don't know. So I am one of the person that travels from my country to this country. My birth country, I was very much active in everywhere that I go. My activities is in many areas because I love to learn. I learn from everything, anything, and everybody. So I chose from here, from there, because everywhere I went, there is something that I learned. There's something that pulls me back. And I'll start a little with food. In the parish where I was living, of course, I work in other parishes. But going to the community where I was living, and betwixt and between, I joined the community association, pretty active. I am one of the disaster officer on the ground. I am one of the person, one of the member of the youth. Just trying to get some things properly here. Abused children. I was a member of that fraternity as well. So I play a role in a whole lot of things. Mainly I play a role in food. I love to play around with food. I love to do the twist and the turn and the so therefore I do. Also, I went and I did to get my papers in so I will do my baking, I do my cooking. Well, some of the things I mostly want to say tonight. There is so much things you can learn. At age 17, I was a volunteer. At that time, they never used to say senior citizen. I don't even actually remember the name or they used to call it. But I was a volunteer for the elderly. I was a volunteer. I work in that area from age 17. So everywhere they're taking out those people, as long as my time and the day is available, I will go with them and help them along. And that has been a part of me for so long. So therefore, I engaged myself. And I also went to do a course on as a gerontology, learning more about the elderly, not only for other persons but for myself. When you get to that stage, you need to be able to know what to expect. And when it does come, you know how to handle it. Apparently, you can teach others if somebody have to be caring for you. So, I was a part of that too. If I'm saying something went wrong, I don't know what went wrong. So, I have been an active person in my community, very active. A part of here, a part of there, part of agriculture, a part of everything. So meeting here, meeting there, work here, and this is the person, and this is what I like. I enjoy doing it because it gives me a wider span. Anyhow, there was a group by the name of Group America. And this group is consists of mostly women. And the meaning of that is the grassroots people. If you go on Google and you Google it, you will see their logo, you will see their thing. So therefore we have our coordinator, which was Mrs. Griffiths. And she organized, coordinate, but our type of how we did ours were quite different now from how you see people is really doing. And I have to be quite careful with my words. It was a charitable and non-governmental organization. And of course ours, we were recruited like from join the group and get to from America group until we form our group in Jamaica. So charity has started there. I was play a very big role because I was the sole leader of our group in my parish. And it's so intertwined with the disaster. So those two were combined. The charity, how we did it, the head office was in Kingston. And as I said, every group have their own, every parish have their own leader. Every community have the leader. This person was the coordinator. Persons that may be on here who know about Jamaica will hear in the time when Ivan, the hurricane, our parish are sitting in the eastern, on the belt of the hurricane. So if the hurricane smiles, we get it. Even if it's not really a hurricane, it's strong wind. So I am one of them that were the representative of all of this. We have the beach cleaning up group, and we have a group for that. We have, for instance, if we have water problem, as there was a water problem, people were paying bills and were not getting water in their pipe for months because they for years, because there was a main problem. Our group came in, and the funds that were donated to them or donated to us go straight to the problem. Because it is a non-governmental organization, we did not give the money to the government. Reasons be, the project may not be done, and we have to be documenting what we did and give it to the higher ed. And so with that program, it took me to Guatemala, because I had to go there with many more of us. We have the different leaders into the different section. So if you were doing beach cleanup, we want to know the reasons for the littering on the beach, because the breeze would have taken all the garbage, dump it on the beach. And we have people who, that group, so we went, and those are groups to represent, leaders to represent their group. My group, I represent disaster. And disaster not only meaning hurricane, but you can have disaster of fire, whatever the disaster is. But hurricane were the main focus. As I said, the group is a grassroots. We call it, that's why it is gross. And we have it's Gross America and Gross Jamaica. In Hurricane Ivan, there were a lot of damages. And there were people who had houses, but their houses were not of substance. So the smile of the hurricane would have wrapped those houses up. Now, working with the NIS group as well, I was the ground person who went and assessed the damages and get back to the government set and get back to the NGOs. So I have two reports to do. I have the NGOs and I have the government. And there is one person right now that are on the group of TikTok boss. The lady that they said no is what's their stage name? TikTok boss, grandmother or something about that. Her name is Rena. There's a story with her. Her house was just mainly zinc. So imagine the magnitude of wind, that breeze that came. Hurricane Ivan was bigger than the island. The hurricane itself did not land mid-landing. It was the autobahn that gave all the destruction there. She was one who I did assessment and took in her thing into consideration. Now this is one of the journey, and these are some of the things where in charity, and I was glad that the charity that I was in had to be accounted for. It had to be on the books. Everything had to be on the books. The land she was living on was not her land. The community that she was living into were the returning residents. So imagine her house was a little zinc house. When it was blown down, the persons were residents from there. I think they were glad because, of course, this little house were demeaning the community. So I took it on myself and decided to go with the program. So I went to the relevant persons to get the okay, because the owner of the land were not actually living on the land. They were not even living in the parish. But he said yes, he gave the okay that we could give her a house. And let I tell you, I went under some backlash. The community, a house like that should not be in the community, because what they said is that it devalued, which is true, it devalued their place. So if they were going to sell a lot or a house, people coming in to purchase and seeing that house, they would not really want to. It's devalued. It's like it's a shanty or something like that. But we decided to give her something much better than what she was living in. So I sent on my report to the bigger heads. They donated the funds, and I was on the ground to get everything in order. And when we decided to raise that house up, person seeing TikTok boss and seeing the talking to this lady, Rena, and see that up where he was, where she was, or where he went and visited with her. That was the house. We could not have given her a concrete house because the land is not hers. And we would have to have our plan in those communities to put up a house. Parish council have to be involved, and I have the people them to deal with, because they wish if she would have removed from that community, because you went to that community, trust me, it is some real upscale houses are in that community. So to have her in the corner, and according to the owner, he gave just a corner. Now, before the breeze, she had a pit toilet. No, we could not give her a pit toilet again, because we have to take into consideration the water level. So therefore, this made my job a little more demanding. So you know you have to go to the persons who are in charge, the relevant people. I have to get my son, I have to went and get, the best option was to get drums. So I had to go to the place where the drum is, get the drum, and came back, get a proper bowl, and they fixed that to put it over it. So of course, she was cooking on the outside, and she get a nice little place with a little kitchen, which when I saw it in the video, is still standing. And only reason why it stands up, because we get one of the most expensive ply, and it was sand dash. So we get the sand, wash the sand, and in painting we sand dash it. So the drought from outside would not really rot the ply. We supply persons as whatever their trade is. Persons say they rear chicken, and we give that. Now, as the NGO, they do not handed out money like that. No. Money was not handed out. But whatever, and we have to go and assess. If they say they are doing chicken, we had to go and assess the cubs. That if we put 300 chicken in there, the cub rat would not go in and eat the chickens. So we have to ensure that the money that are spending, we are going to see result from it, and the money do not go to waste. And if they said it's $10, we give them everything. If the 300 chicken took 1 ton of feeding, we bought a ton of feeding and give them. We give them their water cans, we give them they get their feeding trough, and we make sure that things are okay. Yeah. That would be their project. So this would be like you're teaching the person to fish. Outside of that community, I work in other communities which with the same NGO group, and we do repairs of houses. Persons who know Jamaica will hear about Portland Cottage that was badly destroyed, and we went in. Now, as we say, our group were mainly women, grassroots women, and we have, when we were going to raise up that house that I'm speaking about, we have 15 women all the way from Africa, because this was how the network goes. So once a project is here, they flow in from wherever they are. We have people from the United States, we have people from Africa, just about every country that was involved. And they came, and in one day, we would have a house. And if you saw those women work, a man don't work like them. So we did all of that. Other things that they are in the water supply thing in Portland Cottage. It's almost 25 of them came down, and those houses plus volunteer from the community, which I did have. I did have all the volunteers. Well, so we pull in volunteers and we get our thing going. Farmers, they got their seedling. We give persons who say they do seamstress, they got their machines and all that. Now I adopted a school. The school I adopted It was the basic school. The basic school, I love to work with the starting from the groundwork up. Because when you plant a seed, you have to mold that seed in growing up. You got to mold that tree. If it is corn or whatever you plant, you have to mold it until it reach to a bearing tree. Now I believe, and this is my belief, this is my opinion, I believe in working with the young ones, the babies, up to territory levels. But for the person who took on territory, fine. One who took on high school's fine. One who took on primary, fine. I love the nurturing from down here. And so I adopted that school. I love the nurturing from down here. And so I adopted that school. When you start the children, you start their training. And this is where you start molding them. This is where they start the molding. And if the teachers in those schools, they are under pressure more than the other schools, because these children started said 2 years or 3 years old, so you are having babies to mold. The journey through, and these are the stories, and these are the journeys that we go through. I do a lot of fooling around where food is concerned. I have to represent groups. And so for those that saw that I put up wine, I use things to make wine. We have the OETT apple, and I use it for wine. I use it to make fruits. I use the green banana and I dried it, but I use a special green banana. There's a banana that they call frog banana. I saw it here. I don't know the other name of it. I grew up here and they call it frog banana or White House banana. If anybody know any other name for it, they can let me know. That's the banana I use. Peel it, dry it, and powder it. So I bring it to a florist. If you bake a fruit cake with it, you wouldn't want flour, the wheat flour, to eat anymore in doing cake. It bakes quicker, so it can't take the 350. You'd have to give it like 3. But very nice. All of these went on display. I am in Emancipation Park displaying wine by the wine testers coming in and they are testing. And I went to Denby. I went to with the other park name. So all of these things we do. And of course, I passed on the skill with others that help to give people a sense that they can make their own bakery. So we got places and we train them. For those that want to bake, we train them to bake. We use the things that are around and make use of them. In Jamaica, mangoes fall off tree like anything else, except especially the parish that I was living in. We make use of them. We make use of it. We use ripe banana to make wine. We use ripe banana to do vinegar. We use sorrel to do our wine. And I find pleasure in doing these things. I just love doing them. Because when you look and see what you have around you, it can be used for useful purposes. Out of my, out of the, we have, okay, I'll get back to this one. We have groups that all of the Caribbean countries, we visited them. Reason being, we went to see their model. We want to copy their model. So therefore, where disaster is concerned, and a different type of disaster, so let us say the hurricane. I went to Guatemala to represent my country and my parish, where we are badly hit each time when we have an hurricane. And we go to study their model. In Guatemala, Guatemala is earth, wind, and fire. So we went there to study their model. We have a group that went to, Bonaire. We have a next group that went to almost all of these countries. We went in order to study their group, to study their models. And then we took from them and we came back to our country and we adjust. We took our models to them. Now our ones were funded. For instance, we went and let's say we have 10 persons that are unemployed and wanted to be trained as something. When we went with our project, because we have to do a project, and we did our project, and we are sent to different places. Of course, about 10 of us was sent to Guatemala, one from each parish. Yes, one from each parish. And we represent with our different group and our different project. And they are those NGOs, they get our project, we have to do our projections, we have to show them that this is what it is like, and we took our graph, we took everything, and then what they did is that the office in Kingston, the coordinator there, money is that for me that went and represent them, that it would be my name. So the money is sent to that office. The officers from that office came to my parish and assessed on top of what was already assessed to see that the money, we have to do photograph, back, left, right, center, everything that we did. We have to put up our projector. So then when they get back the reports, they can see, they send persons from their place to see how and how they can help to really pull people up. So actually, going to Guatemala They paid our fare. They give us spending money. We are also in the hotel. We went to the conferences and things like that. In Jamaica, where the um the the sidewalks and the ramp for many business places, it came through that, because these were concerned that persons with wheelchairs and things needed ramp. The place ramp should be put in place. So the the um the ramps would be put in place, and the for people to get in the bus to roll out those big buses to roll out the steps like here in America. The wheelchair can access on the bus because they put out the bus as a ramp that they with the wheel on. Persons using like crutches or so, that is the ramp is down, that they can. So they lobby for that. That the buses that were bought from Belgium and all over the place, they should be, those things should be put in place. But in all of this, politics play a great role in it. Because people are so political. Even when they got help, they still are looking to say, oh, you are not this P, or is that P, or is the other P. You went into communities for the better of them. Most of them had pit toilets, and you get for them to get their proper bathrooms, and they are talking about politics. And you're trying to educate them to say, this is a non-governmental organization. So our type of, the type that we know that I was a part of, doing charity, this was the way our charity was done. So, so most of the time persons are saying, you listen to persons saying, but in Jamaica, in the eastern part, charity was done there. Charity was doing there. Houses have been repaired there. Houses are built there. Homes are built there out of charity. But as I said, the charity was different from how they are doing it now. That was not how we did our charity. And with that, we actually, the officers, we all get a tour of going other places, because we need to see the model, because we were concerned of our water, for places that do not have light, for places that the living condition is like in the squalor, right? So these were the way they did not like a one-off person in a sort of a way, but persons that are living. So you went in like a community and you sort out their thing, and you find 10 people who needed house, who needed this. So therefore, we do our project, took it back to the drawing board, get it to the NGOs, and they fund the money. And we have to cross every I and dot every T. So one of the project, there are many more that done in that parish. People in farming, people with doing their seamstress, get their machine, who did have machine already need additive things, they get it. Person say who they do fishing, of course they get their fishing things to go do their fishing. So it was more of using, and if you go Google group, you'll see where group, and you will may not understand, but they were showing you that these people didn't have anything and they have to work with their hands. Even cocoa melon and these things, it came out of these people and some crafts that they did. So they got so it is called the grassroots people. So we were working with the grassroots people. And so okay, they gave it roots. So if you Google it, you will see it. And this were a non-governmental organization that I worked in. And could not keep up with most of it because I am in and out. I am off the island for most of the time. My job have me like that. But I put in my best that I could. And of course, the meetings that I have to attend, secretary for different groups. And also out of that we run the like the summer, like now is summer, we run summer camps. So we get all the children, we have all the instructors, tutors, and everybody out. So we run summer camp throughout the summer until school time. For back to school, yes, on that level, you have people who do that. So there was a lot of things that done in our way of doing charity. So, for hospitals, for the infirmary, and this was all NGOs. Knowing our country, the money may just drop there and we don't know, we don't hear anything of it. So NGOs do not worry to give government. We do the project. We get our workers and the project been paid for, and we can say yes. If it is 1 mile of pipeline laid, we see that 1 mile of pipeline has been laid, and we know that this is it. So we do not have to be going back and forth in meetings to say, asking, we have given $10 million for this project and we haven't seen anything. No, we have our records to show what we have done. People need to learn to fish. They will feed for all their lives. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. Give him a fish a day, give him a fish, you have to feed him every day. So this was what we believe in. This was our charity run while we were doing our charity. And Bruce Jamaica is still, Bruce America is still on. Jamaica group, many of us is different places, so therefore it is not as vibrant and active as it is. The coordinator had passed away. He have somebody stepped in her shoe, but so on the eastern end are not really seen much, but like, well, in the city and beyond there is. So tonight was some of the stories and some of the journeys. Now, there are many things around the house you can use to make use of it. And I speak about the banana. And persons want to try it, you peel the banana, try it, I use my bullet to do my banana. We use up sorrel a lot. It's only because we did not come on to the front to say, well then, this was done. But we have been doing sorrel cake. Yeah, these things will be done. But in a sort of a different way. In a kind of a different ways. We do sorrel chutney, and these were centers we have that we bring in the women, young, old, middle age, that at least we teach them to make bullock, because of course I can do that. And we do a lot of things to enhance the living of people, that they wouldn't be going around stretching out their hands. And before I close, you cannot appeal to the person that is already um, reached pension age and have wasted time and money. But you can appeal to the persons that are coming. Make sure that you put away something, not only for rainy day, but for stormy time. The man that said, tell the lady, said, this put down for rainy day. A man passed through one day, asked for something. The lady said the only money that she have is for rainy day. The man said, it's me name rainy day. And she take out all of the husband money and give it away. Save. Made a foundation. Fix a foundation. You can young and you get sick. You can young and you met in an accident and you have to be in a wheelchair. While the Bible says, make a while the sun shines. When you are young and have strength, put away for the days to come. The condition that I am seeing, and it is really a thing that you are looking into, and it's not only one person fall into that trap. There are many persons who think they are going to have it all the time. It's going to be there. And I do a live already that I speak about parents and their children. Children, I said in that live, children, do not let go of things. So don't even make them promise, or they will never forget it. Take care of your offsprings. Take care of your offsprings. For those that are coming, there are things that to teach you, me, myself, a lesson. Learn a lesson. And there are some who, because some have it, they bring a spirit of grudge. So they grudge you for what you have. Put down something. Don't eat everything. If you can get one square of land, buy it. Even if you buy one bush land and put it down, one day you can't even buy that bush land. Because if you buy it for $100,000, in 3 years' time you can sell it for $3 million. Put it down. Plant some staple crop on it. Plant 2 coconut tree. Plant some apple tree. Plant 2 plum tree. Of course, mango sell. Plant some mangoes. Put on some mango tree. So if you waste out everything, all of the trees don't die. When them bear, you can pick them and sell. Sickness is always there in one way or the other. And if you don't have family to turn to, then you have something and you treat strangers good, strangers will be there. Look after on a well-being. For heaven's sake, look after your well-being. It is good to say this, that, and all the rest of it. But let each man turn a searchlight in and look. Don't look to say, I must live in the city. One day the city people is going to be running to the hills. So go and get something and put away. While it is day, you are getting something in your hand. Put away something. And to only put down the money, the bank might collapse the money. So buy some land, put it down. The land won't rotten. When you buy the land, put on some staple on it. Find some tree, mango tree, coconut tree, plum tree, apple tree. Put on some trees on there. They won't fail you. They won't fail. It is sad. It is very sad to see people waste their life, waste their money, and that which is not bread. And the scriptures speak about that. Do not spend your money for that which is not bread. Make a foundation. Here or abroad, make a foundation. Have something put in concrete, put on the earth. The earth won't go nowhere. Even if you have landslide, some will leave. Put on avocado on it. All of these crops, they have market for them. So if then you waste out all you have in the wimps and the fancies, the trees are there bearing. I am here and I have happy at my place. I have things wasting at my place. Yeah. Right? So for heaven's sake, you can't appeal to those that are already going through, but if you have some money, the whims and the fancies, because it's not only young people, you have big people now who wanted to be into a certain group and category, and you have to, they want to be with the Joneses. But for heaven's sake, make a foundation. You have children, they must look at you, but make a foundation. So if the good one come and say, okay, yeah, do something for yourself. And I hope persons that are much younger, persons that are in certain getting money, do not only can flash their money and say that I have so much stuff in the bank. The money can't go out of the bank and you get nothing. The earth won't go nowhere. If you can buy 20 acre land, buy it. One day you will be able to cut up that land and can sell off of it. So when you go broke, you can go and you sell 10 acre. Or you sell 19 acre and leave 1 acre for yourself. People, be wise. Be wise. Things wasted cannot be gathered. When you hold sand in your hand, don't matter how tight you hold that sand, it creeps through your between your fingers. So that is all life and money is. If you do not kneel down that money, it slipped away and all you can remember, oh, I did a $1 million yesterday, and you don't see where that $1 million goes. Stop sowing into, stop going to Erie Bank or go less. Because let me tell you something, there is no withdrawal from Erie Bank. It's only deposit. Tonight, I want to say thank you for those that listen to me and those that are here. Thank you. Thank you. That's how sometimes my wordings are strong. There is no withdrawal from Harry Bank. It is only deposit. And if you don't love yourself and care for yourself, and you say you love somebody, they will be standing on the other side, looking on you going down in sinking sand. So anyway, thank you for being here. That's some of the story. There is much more to it, but then one time, 1 hour will not cover it. Another time in between, I will drop the story. Thank you for being here, and please share the live. Share out the live, share out the live, share out the live. Others can hear and can understand. Thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tuning out from, this is Aquarian tuning out from Positivity Positive Channel. Walk good. If you cannot be good, be careful. Be careful of your surrounding, going out and coming in. Be careful of your surrounding, who you hang out with. Be careful of your surrounding. If you cannot be good, be careful. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Hold on, what do you think?